got beef. And if I have beef, you guys have beef. But it's going to be geared towards Marshall Green, the Knicks now host here at Chat Sports. He is trying to beat us in the Eastern Conference standings. Right now, the Knicks are about a game behind us. But now he's saying that Celtics fans can't even get 400 likes on our video. I don't like the disrespect. Prove him wrong right now. Hit that thumbs up button if you love the Celtics and you hate the Knicks. About a week away from possibly seeing a new face on the team or saying goodbye to a familiar one. The NBA trade deadline, it's cut off at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, February 6th. Will Brad Stevens possibly make a move? And will that move be Jaden Springer? Because I've grown to kind of like watching Jaden Springer play. Do I have the unpopular opinion on that? I actually think that because Boston is putting him more in this rotation and utilizing more of his skill sets, that maybe, just maybe, Mazzulla and Brad Stevens wants Jaden Springer to stay. But then who do they trade? Because Springer is kind of your only option. We are well over the second apron. We are facing so many punishments. You have two of the highest paid players in the NBA, so who could they possibly trade if not Springer? Because the Celtics need to add somebody. They really do. They need to add a little bit of depth, whether it's at that wing or big position, because what we saw last year is Kristaps Porzingis getting hurt in the playoffs, and we had to go rely on Al Horford and Luke Cornett, who did fantastic, but is it enough? There needs to be a move made, but I'm not sure if he's the guy anymore. Because when you talk to Jaden Springer about playing for Boston, he loves it here. He obviously doesn't want to go either, especially now that he's starting to carve a rollout with the fans and carve a rollout in the rotation. He's going to start to enjoy it a lot more. He said, look, I'm not in the media too much, so I just stay where my feet are at. I'm working out every day with my guys, and I enjoy my time here. I like being here, so I'm happy. Whatever happens, I guess it's meant to be. But right now, I'm with my guys. We're competing, playing good, having fun. So that's all I'm worried about. To be honest, God, what a wholesome guy. That's such a great comment. And his last 5 games, he's proven that. You know, obviously scoring hasn't always been his strengths, but he does know when to score at the right moments. That comes with his 3-point shots. He's been nailing them from the corners to the top of the key. He's been really on with his 3-ball, and his defense has been spectacular. He is the defensive spark the Celtics need when they are in a rut. And the guys have done nothing but love the love that Springer has been getting. You see Horford hyping him up, giving him a shoulder massage, talking to Abby Chim when they did win against the Clippers in overtime, which, of course, Jaden Springer got a lot of love for that because he helped them win in that overtime crunch. And then he goes and has a pool of reporters around him in the locker room, and you know who's out there saying, "Speak up, Jay, can't hear you." Jason Tatum. The guys love watching Jaden Springer grow. And he even talked about that. He said, you know, these are my guys. Of course I love this team, man. I got a championship here. Great group of guys. But whatever happens, happens. And I'm grateful for whatever comes. I mean, this is just a class act guy. And I didn't realize he could play at this level, this hard, this quickly with this team when his number was called. But, hey, man, that's what you got to do in the NBA. And he's done nothing but grow my fandom for this kid. So I do hope he stays. Do you hope Jaden Springer stays in Boston? Go on ahead, like this video for him if you guys haven't already. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. Sit through it and make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. If not Springer, then who? There's only a couple of guys that can actually dish away and not violate any more of the CBA rules. So who could the Celtics trade away? There's one guy that I think would fit perfectly in this specific trade. Before I break that down, let me break this down. PrizePicks, our sponsor here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. And here's why you guys should play it. Not only is it super fun, it's also super easy. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and that's how you guys can win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's right, up to 1,000 times your cash. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, even the e-gamers have something they can love, maybe a little Call of Duty. And not to mention, every single week there is some kind of promotion like a Taco Tuesday, a discounted price on a player's projected stats, or every Friday, Flex Friday, win or your money back guaranteed up to $20. And then look at this, a free pick for the big game. If you think Patty Mahomes will get 1 passing yard, you win. So if you guys want to go on ahead and test out your skills, that's the easiest part of this whole thing. All you have to do is download the PrizePicks app, use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app, use promo code CLNS to give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. The link to that is down in the comment section below. Go on ahead, click that. It'll be under the pinned comment, and go on ahead and play PrizePicks for yourself. PrizePicks, run your game. Now, who can Boston trade? If they're going to decide to keep Jaden Springer and his $4 million, they do still need to make a move to bulk up their depth if they want to take on a team, possibly for a 7-game series. And there are a couple of options here, but I think we've all grown pretty fond of some of these players that have taken to a bigger role in the rotation. But there's one guy that really hasn't latched on to any certain types of lineups. That's Xavier Tillman. I think Xavier Tillman is the guy that you might want to shop around, the guy that you picked up the same time as Springer last trade deadline, and he really hasn't found his footing as in a certain substitution or when he needs to come in. He kind of just gets thrown around here and there like a Tillman go in because we don't have Horford or Porzingis. So I don't know if he really has that kind of footing with Boston in his year that he's been here. Because actually his statistics have gone down since his time last season with Boston. He only played 20 games last year, and he averaged nearly 14 minutes a game, 4 points, 2 boards, and 51% from the field. Now this year, he's actually played more games, 26 games to be exact. He's averaging half the minutes, 7.3. He's averaging a point a game, and he's shooting a whopping 25% from the field goal line. It just gets to a point where maybe Springer doesn't have a role in Boston because they did sign him to a 2-year contract in the offseason, but that totals out to be $4.7 million, which is a contract that Boston could actually wiggle some room around for a possible trade. And because he's making that minimum, $2.2 million right now, you could possibly even just go player for player because there are several guys out there, mainly veterans, that are making about $2.2 million right now, including a familiar name. Now, I made a video last week talking about trading for Javonte Green, but trading away Jaden Springer. What if you just do Tillman? Take away the pick, you do Javonte Green for Tillman, who are making pretty much exactly the same salary. You get a former player for the Celtics back in the green and gold, and Tillman goes to play for the New Orleans Pelicans. I don't know if Pelicans are taking this. They might want to pick in there, or they might want something else. But overall, Brad Stevens should shop Javonte Green, but not offer Springer and offer Tillman. That's the trade that I have cooked up because I do think that Tillman, he's good. But has he ever really amounted when his number has been called? That I don't know. Last question for you guys here. Should Boston trade Xavier Tillman, not Jaden Springer? Type T for trade, type K for keep. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm going T for trade. I think that Springer is a guy that you should see through. We've seen success in Derek White. We've seen success in Peyton Pritchard. Maybe Springer can be the next man up. And if you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. And as always, like this video. Tell Marshall Green that Celtics fans do it best.